starting from scratch. In this video, we're going to take you through how to build a PlanGuru analysis when you do not have any relevant historical data or a chart of accounts. This could be in an entrepreneurial situation, or if a business is expanding into new territory that is beyond their existing chart of accounts. The material covered in the first section of this video closely aligns with the videos in the setup section under the video tutorial library at the PlanGuru community site. However, in this video, I will focus on those elements of setup that pertain to starting from scratch. And one final note. If you have any rough draft budget or a mock chart of accounts in Excel, you may want to consider using the Excel import, and I also encourage you to view that video as well. To get started, I'm going to add a new company and give it a name. Then I'm going to name my analysis and choose my analysis type. The analysis type does not change any of the fundamental characteristics of your analysis. It simply changes the title that will be on all of your reports. When choosing a fiscal year, you want to select the year that the final month of your fiscal year ends in. This example is straightforward because it is a January through December fiscal year. But if you were trying to budget from February 2012 through January of 2013, you would want to select 2013 as your fiscal year on that page. We then need to choose the number of projected periods. If you are unsure of how many periods you need to budget for, I recommend adding the additional periods you think you might need. If you don't take the time to refine the assumptions on those additional out years, then you simply do not need to print the reports. But they are there and available and built into the model if you need them. Next, you need to select what periods you'd like to budget by interim period. Interim periods can be defined as quarters or months. Budgeting on a monthly basis will clearly provide more information about the projected financial future of an organization. However, in many early-stage companies, this level of detail can prove distracting because the true monthly characteristics of the business are relatively unknown at this point. For more information on this setup screen, watch the Defining Time Parameters video at the tutorial library. Next, we need to define the time parameters for historical data. Clearly, this is irrelevant for many entrepreneurs, and you only need to select a single historical period. That being said, many entrepreneurs have purchased inventory or other fixed assets prior to their budgeted period, so it may make sense to add monthly historical data to backfill for that activity that has already occurred. You can watch the video on the seasonality profile to learn more about this feature. This screen gives you the ability to suppress the balance sheet or the revenue section of any analysis. This is a feature that is most commonly leveraged by large organizations who are doing multi-departmental budgeting. However, if you are a service-based company or if your situation is so simple that it does not warrant forecasting a balance sheet, you can obviously suppress the balance sheet using this screen. When you click Next, PlanGuru will launch an empty analysis. Once within the analysis, this screen with checkboxes gives you the ability to suppress any classes that are not relevant to your particular situation. Now I have an empty PlanGuru model, which is an integrated income statement, balance sheet, and statement of cash flows. To get started, I simply need to right-click to add my first account. You will do this throughout the different sections of the income statement and balance sheet. And as you do, PlanGuru is going to automatically calculate all subtotals in addition to calculating the statement of cash flows and making sure that your balance sheet always balances. Now that we've concluded the setup portion of this video, I'm going to now show you a series of examples which demonstrate those modeling capabilities that are most applicable to an entrepreneurial or starting from scratch situation. The content I cover in the next couple minutes corresponds closely to the modeling and forecasting methods section of the video tutorial library. After you've right-clicked and inserted a category, PlanGuru will bring up the Add Change Category tool. This is where you name your line item in addition to choosing the appropriate forecasting method. In this first example, I'm going to choose the Entered by User method. In its most basic form, this simply allows you to manually enter values into your projected periods. You can even right-click and copy the amounts off to the right. Remember, within PlanGuru, we have 20 different forecasting methods throughout the different sections of the income statement and balance sheet. Entered by user is the first. However, the function of a non-financial item method is typically the most important method for someone in a start-from-scratch situation. This is because you do not have historical data to support your assumptions for your projected amounts. Therefore, we need to tell a story, starting with real business dynamics and building an intelligent logic flow into projected financial statements. In order to get to this point, I'm going to step back and show you how to add an item on your non-financials tab. As you can see, the non-financials tab runs in parallel with your other financial statements. And just as you can on your income statement, you have the ability to right-click and add accounts or categories. I'm going to add a category called Type 1 Units Sold. This non-financial schedule is going to support a revenue account called Type 1 that I'm going to add later. While in this example I'm using units sold, it can be any driver or metric of your choosing. Billable hours, headcount, anything that can be used to drive your financial statement accounts. I will choose the fixed amount entered by user method and manually code the units sold by period. When I move back over to my income statement and click on widget type 1, I will select the function of a non-financial method, check the box next to type 1 units sold, and enter the price per unit sold in each forward-looking period. We can add as many non-financial items as we need to support the calculations on the financial statements. This includes using the formula method, which enables us to build intelligent logic flows amongst other non-financial items or any line item on your income statement or balance sheet. Now I'm going to simply right-click and add some additional line items to this analysis. The next method I want to show you is the percentage of another category. It's very useful when you know a cost or expense is going to be a function of another line item. An example of this might be credit card processing fees should be budgeted as a percentage of revenue. To learn more about the rest of the forecasting methods available to you, go to the video tutorial library and look under the forecasting methods section. Using the enhancement package of PlanGuru, you have the ability to take a group of accounts, highlight them, right-click, and add a subtotal grouping. Supporting schedules are another valuable tool contained within PlanGuru. Refer to the video on subtotals and supporting schedules to learn more on both of these topics. Once you've constructed your forecast and refined your assumptions, PlanGuru is automatically running your numbers through a series of analytic tools. This includes a ratio tab that will automatically calculate 20 budgeted ratios for you, in addition to letting you create any customized performance indicators, and a sophisticated break-even analysis. In our enhancement package, the business valuation tool enables you to calculate an enterprise value based on 4 different business valuation methods. As always, all of your PlanGuru reports are just a few clicks away. These can be run to our report writer and saved as a PDF, or can be run into an Excel workbook. In this first report, I'm going to run a multi-year view of the income statement. In this next report, I'm going to run the 2012 budget by month for all 3 financial statements. We can also run ratio reports and assumptions and comment reports that will enable us to document all of the logic that supports our financial statements. If you have any further questions, proceed to the PlanGuru community site to the video tutorial library, where we have further information on nearly all of these topics. Thank you.